Thanks for joining this episode of In a Commissioner Minute, where we will talk about the use of technology and putting data to work, specifically generating heat maps. By definition, heat maps are graphical representations of data that utilize color-coded systems. The primary purpose of heat maps is to better visualize the volume of locations or events within a data set and assist in directing viewers towards areas on data visualizations that matter most. Heat maps have become increasingly popular within the analytics community. While other data visualizations must be interpreted by an analyst, heat maps are innately self-explanatory. The darker the shade, the greater the quantity of data points. Color scheme can be applied to signal areas with the highest concentration. So why do we care? As a Roundtable commissioner, have you ever wondered if you are hosting Roundtable in an optimal location? Are you looking for ways to possibly increase Roundtable attendance? In this training, we're going to talk about taking the guesswork out of determining an optimal Roundtable location by using membership home address and plotting on a map for visual representation. As commissioners, we have access to reporting that generates sensitive personal information about registered Boy Scouts of America members that would be damaging to an individual and the BSA if not protected. It is your responsibility to protect that information. As noted on My.Scouting by BSA, information from reporting is to be used only for authorized purposes on behalf of the BSA. Disclosing, copying, or making any inappropriate use of this roster information is strictly prohibited. Please take all necessary steps to protect BSA membership data that you may have access to. The focus here will be on district membership. Not all commissioners have access to the same information. Screenshots included may look different depending on your registered position. There's probably a few different ways to get at address information, but the YPT report contains complete district membership address information, including street address, city, state, and zip code. Those details will plot the most accurate pins or locations on a heat map. First, log into My.Scouting. Then, under Menu, click Training Manager. Once on the Training Manager screen, under the YPT pie chart, click on the Report button, which will generate a YPT report. Once the YPT report has been generated, click on the blue Export to CSV button. Remember, this report contains sensitive personal information. As noted at the top of the report, information is to be used only for authorized purposes on behalf of the Boy Scouts of America. Now that you have the data downloaded, at this point we are going to strip the data of any names or membership information before the data is saved locally. We're going to retain the position information in the dataset for a variety of reasons. While all volunteers are important, generating different versions of the heat map could be useful to understand where, say, Key 3 members reside versus other position titles. The other reason, well, a Scout is thrifty. There are a lot of heat map tools online, and some have limits as to how many addresses you can plot, in particular free versions of the software. For the YPT report, delete all columns except position, street address, city, state, and zip, then save as the CSV data to a local secure drive. There are a number of websites or applications available if you were to do a web search on heat map tools. The one I'm going to demo here is called easymapmaker.com. I have no vested interest in EasyMapMaker. I found this one to be very intuitive. Note the free version will only plot up to 250 addresses, and this is why I suggested keeping the position field in the data set. Luckily, in the district, there are 221 members in Key 3 positions. The map we will generate in this example is for the Key 3 members only. In the spreadsheet file, filter down the member data using position Key 3 titles only. Then copy the street address, city, state, and zip code data from the spreadsheet, including the header. Do not copy position field as it is not needed. Then on EasyMapMaker website, paste the data in the Click here to paste data section of the web page. Here you can see what it looks like looking at the green A arrow after the data is pasted in. Then there may be an initial step to map the street address, city, state, and zip fields to the EasyMapMaker tool. See the B arrow. If the auto-populate does not happen, you'll need to use the drop-down fields to match the data input field to the website field. Then click on the blue Set Options button. After some trial and error, I would recommend you start with these settings. Once your options are selected, click on the green Make Map button. It may take a few minutes for the website to generate the map. If you only see pins plotted, in the upper right corner of the map box is a small flame. Click on it and a menu will appear. You can customize your view from here. As stated earlier, heat maps are innately self-explanatory, including the color coding makes a difference in the output. From here, you can get an idea of where Key 3 members would have to travel for a roundtable location. At this point, you can repeat the process by filtering the larger data file through different positions and plotting different maps. Again, the free version of this website is limited to 250 plots per map. Well, there you have it. Experiment. You can generate different iterations from the data. Please remember to protect sensitive personal information. The detailed data is for official Boy Scout use only. You may learn something about your members that could prove useful to bolster roundtable attendance. For location, even with heat map data, you may want to try a few locations or even rotate roundtable. You may find that volunteers in key areas aren't attending roundtable regardless of proximity, and you may have to take a step back from the data. The data may help you determine the where of roundtable. Another factor to consider is the what for roundtable topics. That may prove to be even more important for attendance. Good luck. Please remember that feedback is a gift. Thanks for watching.